please remember that effective travel management can significantly impact your bottom line and overall business success.
A lot of companies have now started to think about how does my principles and my goals of sustainability align with my travel partner.
A recent study found that 53.6% of small businesses in Canada alone, they reported lower revenues in 2021 compared to 2019.
So we made sure that if you are becoming an IHG Business Edge member, we provide you with corporate discounted rates.
Small businesses are the lifeblood of Canada's economy, contributing significantly to innovation and job creation. In fact, SMEs account for a staggering 98% of all businesses in Canada, employing over 10 million people. And as we dive into the world of business travel for these vital enterprises, I'm your host Maheen, and today we're exploring how SMEs can simplify their hotel travel experiences. Joining us is Tarandeep Singh, the Regional VP of Commercial Marketing and Revenue Management at IHG Hotels and Resorts, with over 14 years of senior leadership experience across multiple countries. His expertise in providing strategic guidance to SMEs in Canada has helped countless businesses simplify their travel planning. So, join us as we explore the intricacies of business travel management, cost-effective strategies, and innovative solutions tailored for small and medium-sized businesses. Without a further ado, let's welcome our guest, Tarandeep. Tarandeep, welcome to the podcast. How are you doing today?
Very well. Thank you so much for inviting me, and wishing you a Happy New Year and Happy New Year to all your listeners as well.
Happy New Year. I hope this year brings us a lot of, streamlined operations and just helping us manage and provide our audience with as much insights as possible.
Absolutely.
But Tarandeep, we're very grateful for your time, and we'd love to kind of delve into some of the great interesting topics that I initially briefly mentioned in my intro. But let's begin by discussing how can we overcome travel challenges for SMEs, because according to Statistics Canada, SMEs, they account for 60% of total employment in the country, and this highlights that these businesses significant impact on our economy and the importance of addressing their unique travel needs. What are the most pressing travel challenges facing Canadian SMEs, and how do these impact their ability to manage business travel effectively?
Sure. You talked about the employee manforce that goes into SME. Also, the fact that Canadian SMEs contribute to almost like 50% of the GDP of Canada's economy, which means, fun fact, if SMEs are thriving in Canada, so does the Canadian economy.
That's right.
But that does, give us an opportunity to reflect back on the challenges, as you rightly asked. The first and foremost, I think the biggest challenge that the SME or the small and medium enterprises they face is affordability. As an organization, travel is, I think, essential for their business, but it's not the core focus area, right? And at the same time, just because of the size of the organization, it doesn't give them the luxury to invest in a full-time travel advisor or a procurement manager or travel management company to look after their day-to-day needs of travel. But as I said, it's still essential because they are going out in different cities. Maybe it's just about managing a relationship that they already have with a particular client, or they are trying to meet a new client and build upon that business as well. The second challenge that I kind of reflect upon is more around time. And, even if you are planning a holiday for your family, or when I do that, even though I'm in the business, right? But sometimes when you do that, just doing the entire travel planning, all right, which means looking at the hotel, what kind of price point that you want to book, which brand you want to book, is it at the right location or not, getting the right flight ticket for that matter. All of that is an time-consuming responsibility. And I use the word responsibility, not just activity, because it is a responsible job. It takes out time from your day job as a full-time employee. If you're managing your SME, whether you are an owner or an employee, it takes out time from that day job to get you to work on this admin part of the job, which is not very productive. You could have used that same time for your given day-to-day strategic job that you're hired for.
Right.
So I think for me to sum that up, I think affordability and time are the big two challenges that SMEs continue to kind of face day in and day out when it comes to travel.
Wow. Now that's a comprehensive overview of the challenges that SMEs face, and it's clear that affordability and time management, as you mentioned, they're critical factors. But how do you think these challenges they differ for SMEs compared to larger corporations, and what specific strategies can smaller businesses employ to overcome them?
Sure. At IHG, we've obviously worked with all big and small organizations. And just from an experience point of view, I can share that I think the difference lies in the complexity and the scale of the business itself. If you are a big MNC, if you are a bigger organization, chances are that you will have inter-region or intra-region travel.
Right.
Just by virtue of having that extensive travel within your organization, you will be clocking more room nights, you'll be clocking more air miles. And that does give you an opportunity and a leverage to negotiate with different travel partners for what we call as corporate discounted rates. Right? So it just gives you that flexibility. At the same time, because travel is so extensive within your organization, you would have decided to invest in travel, which means you might have a individual procurement manager or a dedicated travel management company or a travel manager in your organization that might be working out all the complexities of the travel, simplifying it for the organization, working through a travel policy that you might need to put across, working on a compliance program, working with the travel partners to negotiate those rates, and making sure that the billing and everything else that kind of works hand in hand with the travel is all sorted and organized.
Right.
So that's the big box organization. Cut to, you go to an SME, small and medium enterprise. And as I talked about that in the challenges question that you asked me, it all comes down to what the focus is. They just don't have the luxury to invest into that kind of a travel setup.
Right.
And often we've also seen that an SME, sometimes the travel actually goes a bit out of control in an SME. And the reason that happens is the organizations sometimes outgrow themselves very fast. And we've seen big examples of that, especially in today's world with all the startups and stuff that come up. You sometimes grow a lot very fast.
Right.
You might not even thought about it. And at that stage, travel is just a secondary thought because your focus is on growing, right? And you are thinking that, okay, I need to go to Vancouver suddenly or to Montreal suddenly, and I need to get that business. And therefore, travel is just a secondary thought because you are focusing on getting that business. But then over a period of time, after 6 months or a year, when you reflect back and then you're like, oh, what really happened? Right? Because that cost then suddenly starts to build up over a period of time. And that's the time when you start thinking about that, okay, what do I need to do to manage this more effectively and efficiently? But having said that, you still don't have the luxury to build up as a separate travel department because it does come at a massive cost.
Right.
So you have to be smart enough to think about what are my solutions to still manage my travel in a much more effective way.
You're absolutely right. I mean, these challenges, they demand careful and effective solutions to
Absolutely.
ensure that we move forward successfully.
Yeah.
Listeners, you're not alone if you are a small business owner struggling with managing your travel expenses, because as we've just heard, many SMEs they face similar challenges. Stay tuned as we explore practical solutions and expert advice to help you streamline your business travel processes. Please remember that effective travel management can significantly impact your bottom line and overall business success. Please remember that effective travel management can significantly impact your bottom line and overall business success. We'll be sharing valuable insights throughout this episode to help you make informed decisions about your travel program. Speaking of which, let's dive deeper into the fact factors that influence SME travel decisions? Because a recent study found that 53.6% of small businesses in Canada alone, they reported lower revenues in 2021 compared to 2019.
Yeah.
And this economic pressure, it likely influences their travel decisions significantly. Tarandeep, what specific factors other than this influence the travel decisions of Canadian SMEs, particularly when it comes to choosing accommodations?
Sure. I mean, you talked about economy. That the economic pressure is something which, right? You're talking in that context from choosing the right accommodation. But going back to that first question that again you asked around the challenges, where we talked about affordability, I think SMEs, whether the economic times are good or bad, if you are true to your business, you would still kind of focus upon getting the right hotel, right accommodation for your business at the right price point, right? Just because your times have changed, suddenly, you will not jump from a 3-star accommodation to a 5-star accommodation.
Right.
So I think that's one focus that SMEs have kept time in and time out. They've also made sure that they are relying more on, I would say, economy and mid-scale brands as far as hotels are concerned, especially from a Canadian context that we see. And why so? Because you rely on a great brand, which offers you a great good night's sleep, a great shower in the morning. We all love that. Hot breakfast to start your day, and a reliable Wi-Fi. Right. If you get all these 4 tick boxes, you've got a good start to your day, and you can go out there and get your business. Right. So I think that goes without saying, which is still kind of connected to that whole affordability piece that we talked about. Next, I would say, linking back to that point, is more around corporate discounts. Everybody loves discount, right? So whenever they are looking at booking that accommodation, what kind of discounts that I'm getting, what kind of loyalty program that I'm enrolled in, what are the benefits that this loyalty program gives to me or to my employees for that matter. And then more importantly, it also comes down to, at times, I would say, what extra I'm getting for my buck.
Right.
Which means I am working with my travel partner. Can I get some extended partnerships or relationships which I can work towards just because I don't have a direct relationship with them, but my partner does. Right. So it's kind of power of networking over here that works for you. So I think some of those points come in handy when they are looking at booking accommodation. Of late, we've also seen that sustainability has taken really a kind of a pole position when it comes to deciding accommodation. And I think rightfully so. We all know what's currently happening in, let's say, Los Angeles right now, with all the wildfires. And we in Canada, we face that challenge every year in summers, in especially in the BC area and Alberta in particular. And a lot of companies have now started to think about, how does my principles and my goals of sustainability align with my travel partner? Do you think exactly the way I'm thinking?
Right.
Do you think that climate change and managing the carbon footprint is important? Because I feel that it is important for me. So if those principles are aligned, I would love to work with you, right? That's again something that is very unique. And last but not the least, I would also say, in Canada in particular, we've also seen a lot of SMEs that have talked to us about working with us, for example, just from a fact that they would like to work with a partner that gives importance to the local culture and local partnerships. I think all of those points kind of come together to decide what kind of accommodation they want to book. And again, depending on the company or organization to organization, some might give more importance to an X factor versus Y.
Right.
But I think in summary, those are some of the key points that people really think about today when they're thinking about accommodation travel.
Well, thank you so much for breaking that down, Tarandeep. I mean, it's clear that sustainability, affordability, and local experiences, they play such a crucial role in SMEs' travel decisions. Stay with us. When we return, we'll explore how travel providers are tailoring their services to meet the unique needs of SMEs.
Hey, you think you know UPS? Yeah, that's us. Everybody knows that. You know what you didn't know? This. Okay, try to keep up. Ocean, us. Ground, rail, air, so us. Guess who? Us. Customs cleared, borders cleared, done. Us. You still with me? Wait for it. Boom. Us. Intelligent, automated, fulfillment. Us.
At IHG Hotels and Resorts, we're in the business of you.
We're here to help you plug in,
Connect and recharge.
Make an impression,
and meet with confidence.
With 19 brands built for business,
your business gets even more rewarding.
With an award-winning loyalty program at 6,000 IHG hotels and resorts worldwide.
Welcome back, everyone. We're continuing our fascinating discussion with Tarandeep Singh about simplifying hotel travel for SMEs. Let's dive right. Now, this brings us to our final topic, Tarandeep, which is the role of IHG Business Edge in supporting SMEs. Because in 2022, small businesses, they employed 5.7 million individuals in Canada, or about 46.8% of the total private labor force. Okay. And this statistics, it emphasizes the importance of supporting SMEs in all aspects of their operations, including travel. Right. Tarandeep, what role does IHG Business Edge play in helping SMEs meet their business travel goals?
I think from a program point of view, when we conceived IHG Business Edge, SMEs were in the center of that decision making. This program was designed keeping in mind the SMEs, all the challenges that I talked about, the opportunities. Challenges can be looked at from an opportunity point of view as well. And we were like, let's build something which talks to our partners within the SME community. Right. So the number one thing that we kind of looked at was affordability. Mm-hmm. So you wanted a good price point. You don't have the luxury to negotiate those price points with the travel partner, with the hotel companies. So we made sure that if you are becoming an IHG Business Edge member, we provide you with corporate discounted rates. Mm-hmm. At the same time, we also make sure that you as a owner of the business or your employees, if they are traveling, all of them are getting a fast track onto our loyalty program, which is IHG One Rewards. So you stay for one night and you are automatically upgraded to our Silver Elite status, which then further unlocks more opportunities for you. But apart from that, just 2 points around, I got a tick box around the loyalty, and I'm a prestigious member of the program, and I've got that discounted price point. We also did cover all the other aspects. So we talked about time as a challenge initially. Right. So how can you plan your travel? So we provided you as a SME owner, we provided you with like a portal, to a one-stop portal where you can do all your travel, plan all your travel. More importantly, you can also, manage the travel once the travel has completed. So looking at what is the total expense that has happened within my travel, did my employees follow the travel policy or not? Did they stay at the right hotel? Did they book at the right time? What was the price point that they booked upon? So I think by bringing that technological piece into the hands of the SME owners, that also helped to solve that part of the problem as well, the centralized travel solution in particular. Mm. And then the other aspects around, and this is not just also specific to SME, but in general, I think post-pandemic, we have seen the lead times of travel becoming shorter and shorter. And in SMEs, that has definitely changed a lot. And so we've also made sure that as part of the booking process, we provide you with a flexible cancellation policy. Right? So you make your last minute bookings, but you have the flexibility to cancel as well as and when it is required. Mm-hmm. So we covered all those boxes. And then we were like, we want to do more for our partners. And that's where we started looking at how can I leverage and bring in opportunities for my SME members, my business partners, from the other relationships that we have. Right. So we work with partners like Hertz Car Rental Company. We worked with Dell computers. We worked with Getty Images, and make sure that as an IHG Business Edge member, you get extended discounts for all these programs just because you have signed up a membership with us.
Right.
So that's like your travel partner working double time and effort to bring you in some extra opportunities in the overall business for you.
Right.
And I think that's also very critical, because partnership is a very, it's a word which I give a lot of importance here. Yes, partnerships are important, but how can I go beyond that working relationship that we have and think about what else can I do for you? And that kind of helped us cover that box as well. And we did talk about sustainability as an example. I am really proud to be part of this organization, IHG Hotels and Resorts, where we have kept sustainability at the center of everything. We've got some great programs. We've got an IHG Green Engage program. We have a carbon reduction footprint program for our hotels. So we make sure that if you, as a SME owner, do have those principles around sustainability, we can align together because we are thinking on the same note. We were one of the initial companies that moved away from, small bottles of, shower shampoo and bath soap and all that in the bathroom,
Right.
and kind of replace all of that with, more sustainable solutions, and taking away the water bottles in the room, for example, and providing you an opportunity to fill up your own water bottle, for example, just helps reduce so much of plastic. Our hotels, we have almost 6,000 hotels across the globe. Imagine the kind of plastic that we took out from our hotels. That's why, because we are thinking about the sustainability. So I think that's some of the key areas where we touch upon our members as IHG Business Edge. And we really feel proud of the fact that as a program, we've just been 6 years in a row. We've won the Best SME Program award at the Global Awards, and I think last year we were again one of the winners of the Inc. Power Awards in 2024, which kind of reflects back on the trust that we've gained over a period of time with our members and with our clients and business partners.
There is no doubt about that. And this comprehensive support offered by IHG Business Edge, it seems to address so many of the challenges that we've discussed today, Tarandeep. And as we wrap up our discussion, let's consider some final thoughts on the future of business travel for Canadian entrepreneurs. Tarandeep, would you like to share a final piece of advice with our SMEs listeners about maximizing the value of their business travel?
Sure, I would definitely give a quote to your listeners. I would say travel is the only thing that you buy that makes you richer. And it actually has a deep meaning to it.
Right.
If you are traveling as an individual, I am traveling as an individual, we become richer just from the experiences that we've had.
Right.
We meet new people, we experience a new culture, we try a new cuisine, we talk to new people. That in itself is a very enriching experience for all of us. But you put a business lens to it. As an SME owner, you're again investing in travel, right? So you're buying travel, that's what I said. But that investment is for you to grow your business. And I think when you're growing your business, by virtue of that, you're automatically becoming richer, materialistically, right? So that's why I say that, invest in travel. Travel is one thing that you buy that is definitely making you richer. But if I can really end that with 3 golden rules for the listeners, I would say invest in a travel partner that works for you, very importantly. Number 2, make sure that you give importance to the employee well-being. Yes, you can always draft a nice travel policy that works for you as an organization, but think about the well-being of the travel as well. Do not keep that on the sidelines, because that's also critical for your success. And happy employee makes, an happy organization as well. And the last point that I would say is make sure you have a long-term strategic plan and keep data at the center of everything. Today, you have a lot of technology that is available, a lot of data points that are available. Reflect on that. Use all of those data points to build your long-term travel policy. And if you have hit on all those 3 points, you are definitely set for a home run. And travel is just a click away.
click away. Thank you so much, Tarandeep, for sharing your wealth of knowledge and your experiences with us today. I'm sure our listeners have gotten so much of those actionable strategies that you've shared to help them optimize their business travel. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
To our audience today, we've explored the unique challenges faced by Canadian SMEs in managing business travel and discovered innovative solutions offered by travel providers like IHG. We've learned about the importance of partnering with the right travel provider and how programs like IHG Business Edge can simplify travel management for small and medium-sized businesses. We're very grateful to Tarandeep for his invaluable insights into our sponsors, RBC, UPS, Constant Contact, IHG, and Google, for their support. For more small business resources, please visit our website, CanadianSME.ca, and subscribe to our podcast. This is Maheen signing off. Safe travels and successful ventures to all.